Hey, what's up everybody? I hope you're all doing excellent. Today I want to talk about the newest Steven Spielberg film called Ready Player One, based on the novel by Ernest Cline that apparently everybody on the planet has read but me, but fortunately we don't talk books here, we talk movies, and I've seen it, so let's dive into it. I have loved movies for as long as I can remember, and as a kid growing up in the 80s, Steven Spielberg just naturally holds a very close place to my heart. He has a countless resume of classics, and over the years, he has shown some versatility in this industry that I think is really unrivaled. In comes Ready Player One, a sci-fi fantasy loaded with endless amounts of 80s nostalgia and pop culture. Normally, that's right up in my wheelhouse, and while the trailer did look fun at times, the film overall, to be honest, kind of looked like a mess. I feared a lot of the references in the imagery of the 80s would feel like product placement, but then again, Steven Spielberg is certainly no Michael Bay, so I was intrigued nonetheless to see what this movie was going to deliver. And what did it deliver? Well, to put it not so eloquently, a great freaking time with endless amounts of charm and non-stop nostalgia that had me grinning from ear to ear throughout. It unfolds a very intriguing storyline with charismatic characters, genuine unpredictability, and a buffet of visuals from start to finish. So let's get into the cast performances. I thought they were all solid. None of them were blow your socks off amazing, but I do think that they were all more than effective enough for the needs of their characters. There were some moments the dialogue does get a little bit cheesy when it's kind of revolving around some of the love dynamics between the characters, but I do think the performances really grounded the material enough to pull it from the cheesy side over to the heartwarming side. I enjoyed Ty Sheridan in the lead. I thought he was more than capable with his performance. He made the character feel natural, thus likable, and it really helps make him easier to connect with and want to see out through the end of this story. Olivia Cooke was great as well. She's an underrated actress in my opinion, and she delivers another strong performance in this film, really creating a strong female character with some heart to her. She also creates a very natural chemistry with Sheridan that really helps completely sell their character arcs. Ben Mendelsohn was given your typical villain on paper, but I do think he was able to add a lot of depth to the character with his delivery. He has some solid moments, and his energy was really perfect for this role. Mark Rylance continues his streak of being fantastic in everything he's in. He was great as this eccentric genius that creates the Oasis. He was perfectly casted for this role, and despite the story effectively utilizing his character, I just wanted to see more of him because I think he really stole every scene he was in with his charm and his very unassuming delivery. Now let's get into the storyline and the writing. Both were fantastic. The story was imaginative, it was very thought-provoking, while at the same time really being the definition of what a modern age sci-fi adventure is. It was very well paced, and the plot as well as the characters were very well developed to keep the engagement level very high for the viewer. The dialogue was extremely well written. It uses exposition perfectly to really get the foundations built for the story so it can get going very quickly. It uses exposition to give you what you need to know and not develop its narrative, and there was also a very strong organic sense of humor that wove in some comical moments with a very nice timing to get the most impact out of the ebb and flow of the emotional tone in the story. And I also thought it was perfectly able to balance the progression of the story in reality with the storyline in the Oasis. You can really connect with each person in this film on two levels, their physical character and their avatar inside the Oasis, and it was, in my opinion, due to just the seamless flow between both visually appealing settings of the movie. Which leads us into the direction and cinematography. Awesome and awesome. To keep it short, Spielberg shows us that he has not forgotten his ways of creating a work of art on many aspects with his vision for this project. It's a beautifully crafted film, and when talking about the visuals and how stunning they are, it's hard to know where to even start. It was highly immersive, loaded with detail, filled with nostalgia and pop culture Easter eggs that weren't just slapped in but actually woven into the story with varying levels of subtlety to give them some meaning. There was also some fantastic action sequences that were wildly creative, and really with all the unpredictability, there are so many moments that are going to have you up in your seat with your eyes open as wide as they can be as you just take in all the stuff on the screen. There were so many small Easter eggs littered throughout this film, from the aspect of Avatar to pieces of backdrops and various props, parts of the dialogue, moments in the musical score, you name it. This film was able to find a way to inject it absolutely perfectly into the story, and I'm going to give Ready Player One 95% on the entertainment meter. There are so many more things I could say about this movie, but I don't want to give you guys any spoilers. I just had a great time watching it. It was extremely well crafted, it was unique and nostalgic, and I highly recommend checking it out on the big screen. And like I'm going to do once it's released, pick it up on the Blu-ray so you can find out all the other Easter eggs that you missed the first time you watched it. And that's it for today, guys. Those are my thoughts on Ready Player One. I had a great time watching it. I hope you guys had a great great time watching this review. If you did, drop it a thumbs up. Let me know down in the comments what are some of your favorite Spielberg movies. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already so you can catch all the new reviews. Thank you so much for watching as always, guys. I greatly appreciate it. I'm Anthony. This is the Silver Screen Analysis, and I'll see you at the movies.